Hello and welcome to episode 9 of season 1 of the Big Talk. Hype beside me, I'm the commish. Wow, did you have yourself a week this week?
Yeah, some would call it record breaking.
The hype train, went off the bridge into a canyon.
I don't know about that.
But somehow, stalled out and is right back up on the other side of that valley.
Yeah.
Headed straight for the top of the mountain once again.
Yeah, I think I took a little break from fantasy. I kind of stopped driving there for a little bit and went off course. So it really helped a lot getting back in the wheel,
197.58 points. That's the third highest point total.
Well, if you want to get into specifics,
of all time.
I might break 200 next week. I'm not into making bold predictions or anything, but I'm saying 200 next week.
So you're coming for Jordan's record?
well, obviously, yeah. I mean, nobody can stop me at this point.
You could hit 250 next week. Who knows? And I'm hoping you do. I mean, with the hype back, I feel like the world is right again. And, it may or may not having to do with, my season's pretty much over now. And I got to have somebody to root for. Might as well be the guy sitting beside me.
As long as it ain't Jordan. I mean,
right.
Something about Todd Gurley and our bet just kind of makes me root against the guy. I don't know.
When you look at Jordan's team compared to your team, his team looks like unbeatable.
Easy now. I already beat him week 1.
I kind of like to root for the underdog.
Which is Jordan.
Is he though?
We'll see him again in the playoffs, though. That's for damn sure.
I was hoping to beat Jesse this week, but kudos to him. Hopefully, we'll get him on the big hotline here. Cross your fingers, we get Jesse this week here.
Oh, dude, I wasn't on the phone.
Solidarity.
Hey, you've reached Jesse Anderson. I can't get to the phone right now, but leave me a message and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
Anyway, I'll just briefly talk about it, although it's a little bit painful. So I'm in a must-win situation basically against Jesse this week. We're playing pretty tight. Leading into the Monday night game, I'm up about 6 points, and he's got Sterling Shepard left. Sterling Shepard has only scored less than 6 points once. So I'm thinking, forget it. I'm not even going to watch the game. Jesse's going to win.
That's what I'm talking about.
For sure. My season's over. My life's over. All I got left's the show, Checking in, looking at the app every so often. And weirdly, he has like 3.6 points going into the fourth quarter. All right, now he's only like one catch away for 10 yards and it's over. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. He's still got 3.5 points. Geez, I might win this actually, and I might actually pull this off, right? So, were you watching this game last night?
No, definitely not.
The Giants are driving. They're down 3 points, 20-23. 30 seconds left or whatever. Touchdown pass to Sterling Shepard. The very last possible moment. That's a nice little catch there to ruin my season.
I got to get another look at that. I mean, come on, right back. Okay, he's got it. Oh.
No question.
Oh.
Game winner for the Giants, and much more importantly, game winner for Kirk's Cousins. He goes to 7-3 now. He's 1 game up on you.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
In the ex-Iowa division.
Somehow.
He's also got the tiebreaker on you since he beat you last week. You're kind of in a wild card position currently where you sit. Jack being the top wild card at 7-3. You and TC are tied for that second wild card spot right now.
I mean, I'm basically guaranteed a playoff spot at this point.
Let's maybe talk to Drew. He just clinched the Boy Scout Cyclone division.
Yes, hello.
Drew.
What's up?
Yo, Drew, you're on the big hotline.
Oh, I'm on the hotline? I'm driving back to the hotel right now. You might have to call me in a while.
In a while?
That's too bad.
What about right now?
I only got
You're
one
right.
shot.
You're right.
You can do two things at once, Drew. I know you
Fine.
can.
Yeah, you've convinced me. I'm listening.
Hey, we just want to talk to you real quick. I don't know if you realize, but you clinched the Boy Scout Cyclone division with your win this week.
Already?
Yeah, you clinched it because you're 3 games up. There's only 3 weeks left. You beat the 2 teams under you, so...
Wow, that was pretty easy.
Yeah, really easy. Congrats. You've now won that division 4 out of 5 years in the IFL.
We might just rename that division.
Drew and the other 3 guys, or
rename your team to Boy Scout Leader or something, or Scout Leader or something.
That makes sense to me.
the Drew crew.
Yeah.
The Drew crew. I just worked outside for 9 hours in the cold, so feeling pretty good about it. This will be a part where you cut it out.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we cut it out last time you told us.
Yeah,
to
we
cut it
always
out.
edit out
Yeah.
stuff that you tell us to.
Oh, man. What else can I do?
Take your time, Drew. We can call you back if you want.
No, we can't. This is where we edit in the friggin' waiting music.
All right, I think I have everything, boys.
Okay.
Whew. I just had the
I
weirdest
know,
scream.
that was excruciating.
This will be the 4th time that you've made the playoffs. Do you think that you'll actually do something in the playoffs this season?
If we're being totally honest, absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty good at making it to the playoffs, but that's
I like
really
to
about it.
win one and then lose there. You know, if you give me someone like, Trash Man, I think I could handle that pretty easy. But God help us all if I got to play Jord and his mama cats.
Maybe if somebody else beats Jord for you, then you'll have a chance at a ring, huh?
Yeah, no, I'll probably still lose in the championship. All right, boys.
All right, Drew. Love you, dude.
All right, love you, boys. Catch you later.
Later, dog.
Later, man. Joe.
What up?
You're on the hotline. Big talk. Or wait.
Guys, it's about damn time. The prodigal child who hasn't been doing very good for a couple of years needed to be on the hotline. The last couple of weeks, I had a lot of guys on by. Mar Miller last week, and the week before that, I had like a record amount of guys on by. Set the low scoring record, so at least they've set a record. Yeah, all the guys that I play, I looked at the next couple of weeks of guys that I play, they're all beatable with the guys I got.
I just can't get over the fact that you called me beatable. I guess that's all I really heard out of that.
You're all talk, you all. Pretty.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
as soon as I start disgracing your whole team, they get pretty down, and then they don't have a very big week. So I just gotta call Saquon, tell him that he sucks. I call a couple other guys, tell them they suck, and your team's pretty easily beatable.
all right. Well, that's
Joe's,
there you have it, folks.
I think studied Art of War.
Sun Tzu
he
is a
knows
great
the-
author.
He knows the mental battle that's necessary to win in fantasy. So that's something you got to look out for. And that's the reason that Joe's had, some success in the IFL.
Well, he's really going to have to finish strong here. He's got Jesse, Anton, and me. So he's going to have to pick up at least 2 wins, right? Probably at least 2 to have a chance.
At least 2, yeah.
So
You can take 2 wins to the bank. I'll get you those.
Okay. We also wanted to call you this week and just basically make sure that you survived the trip with Big Brett out to Ridgeway, Colorado.
We drove all night there and drove all night back, so we had a lot of long nights. You go to bed about 8:30, 9, and wake up at 3. I had to take a day off to recover, but when you're sitting on the side of a hill with Big Brett, middle of the day after stuff isn't really moving, you gotta take a nap and here or there, and you gotta crack a lot of jokes to make you want to go back out the next day. So
I don't think the hype would last more than about 15 minutes in that scenario.
yeah, he would last probably 30 steps up the side of a incline that is almost 90 degrees. So he'd probably turn right back around and say it's not worth it.
When you have all these gold chains on,
Well, that's the thing. I'd have to lose him.
and carry the chains up the mountain, I mean, that's a lot more weight that you got to carry, and I don't know if anybody can do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean you already got a frame pack on that's got all the gear that if you had to stay overnight you'd have it. So you add the 24 karat gold chains that are easily weigh as much as your frame pack. Yeah, it'd be the weight would start to bear down on you. So we're not asking for Ewald to give up his gold chains. All right, we're looking for a little bit more than he already does out of it.
Well, ask and you shall receive.
I'd say don't forget that Big Brett, what he may be saying may not seem true at the time. It'll always work itself out.
Hope to have you on again.
All right, sounds good.
See ya, dog.
See ya.
And with Joe's glowing recommendation, that's a perfect segue to go straight to Big Brett. Big Brett, hey man, you made it back from the wilderness.
Hey, it's the hype and the commish, I assume.
Yeah, you assumed right.
You got us both here. Yeah, absolutely.
IFL family, Brett Nation. Good to be back. Good to be back, and with my new studio digs. Don't understand how all this stuff works, but this thing swinging back and forth is pretty sweet. So
they were trying to simulate like a college dorm or something in the background.
It looks right. Is that a green screen photo?
I don't understand it all. It's I've never been in this room, but somebody is a fan back here, I see.
Somehow they came up with a vintage Big Brett baseball pendant.
Back from Colorado, Joe Rhodes connects on an elk, kind of a story. Pretty happy with the whole hunt and the whole experience for my 17-year-old son on his first elk trip. When you're away on a big trip, you're out of pocket, out of state, in a different world. Then you come back and you catch the end of the Browns game and see Baker Mayfield do his thing. They do a post-game interview, and at the very end, as they cut away to the next game, he says,
"We just need to keep pushing, keep getting better each week," and we did that this week.
I mean, all I can assume is that he watched last week's episode on playing for keeps in the mountains. I mean, I don't know how you come up with that if you haven't been inspired by that episode. Attitudes, names, bull riding, hunting bulls, aspen bark, it's all the same. What we're getting at with all this is taking the long view. And, you got teams right now that are have winning records. You got teams right now that have losing records in the league. But, the teams that are taking the long view are the ones that are going to stay on top and are on the road to getting better. It's like when I was pissing with Kid Rock. I'm in New York City. I'm fresh off of the Today Show. I'm at the cast party for Saturday Night Live. I ride up the elevator with Steven Spielberg and chit chat. We're the guest of Steve Higgins, who is Jimmy Fallon's announcer. Used to be second in command at Saturday Night Live, still is. Happens to be the first cousin of Bart Mulford from Iowa Falls. We sit on Steve's couch where Will Ferrell and he penned "I Need More Cowbell" featuring Blue Oyster Cult. As the night goes on at the cast party after the show, Justin Timberlake comes by, Jimmy Fallon comes by, Drew Barrymore comes by, Dan Aykroyd comes by and introduces himself. Pictures are taken, glasses are raised. Cameron Diaz was the host that night, and at her table is Kid Rock. So along about 4 a.m. in the morning, I got to take a leak, and I get up and go to the bathroom, down the hall, down the stairs, and as I'm walking up to the door, so is Kid Rock. So we go in, and we're in a two-man bathroom, and we take up our appropriate places at the bathroom facing the wall. And I'm thinking, I gotta say something cash. And
Don't blow it.
and so I turn to him, and still in midstream, and I say, "Long night, dude." And he turns back to me, still in midstream, I assume, and says, "Try long life, bro." And so I thought to myself, the kid gets it. He's taking the long view. He's gonna make it. He's getting better.
And so the audience knows this is something that actually happened.
Yeah, I mean, I'm either the best storyteller in the world, which I'm pretty good, or it actually happened.
If I try to visualize a celebrity who's consistently gotten better over their life, Kid Rock definitely comes to mind.
He hangs with everybody. He's a tribute to Hank Williams Jr., Leonard Skinner. He's with Mocky Mock. I mean, he's everywhere. He's everywhere.
What else you got for us, Big Brett?
Western movie of the week. Not necessarily thought of as a Western, Old Yeller. Original movie in 1957. Movie has it all. Dog for a best friend, sibling rivalry, adventure, danger, heartache, and a hero. Your basic block and tackle of movie foundation, and you definitely need this movie if you're going to be in the long view game.
It brings back some traumatic memories from fourth grade or
Isn't that
something.
a pretty sad movie?
Yeah, I mean,
Jesus Christ.
if you can watch it without crying, I'll buy you a sixer sometime.
Like the movie, what else?
Drink of the week. Going into Thanksgiving week here next week, I'm giving you Bailey's Irish Cream and rum chata. Bailey's Irish whiskey, chocolate liqueur with special ingredients, 17% alcohol. Rum chata, made in Wisconsin, 5-time filtered Caribbean rum, Wisconsin cream, different spices and special ingredients. Bailey's 17% alcohol content, rum chata 14. The incredible thing about these liqueurs is that there almost is nothing you can't mix them with. Coffee, hot or cold. You can put it in eggnog, vodka, Kahlua, rum. You can mix them with whiskey, add to martinis, peppermint schnapps. You can put it in hot chocolate. You can pour it on ice cream. And rum.
Now we're talking.
And rum chata is only being made since 2009, and it rivals in sales Bailey's. So, and by the way, you can drink both of these straight, warm, or on ice, and you never have to refrigerate due to the, quadruple homogenized cream process or whatever that is. In closing here, people go on a trip, have a good time, they have an adventure, a couple months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, time goes by, and you don't even remember you did this. What you need to do so you always remember what you've done and where you've been is always buy the t-shirt. And so the t-shirt that I bought on this trip, if I can get it up here through this crazy boom thing that I'm learning how to run, the t-shirt that I bought that will always help me remember this trip, because we did so much four-wheeling on mountain trails to get into the mountains, is get in, sit down, shut up, and hang on.
You're a Colorado 4x4.
Yeah.
Huh?
And the trick to buying a t-shirt is, you know, obviously buy a t-shirt that you like, but, you know, always buy a size larger than you would normally buy. You want to know what you did 20 years ago. If you spent $20 20 years ago and you have a t-shirt that you can still wear, that's dollar cost averaging. That's $1 a year investment, and you have a lifetime of memories. I guess my final thought is, get in, sit down, shut up, and hang on.
Well, all right. Well, all right.
We can get down with that, Big Brett. Appreciate you joining us this week, and as always, we'll see you next week.
Have a good one, boys.
Okay, how's Big Brett?
Big Brett, and that's gonna do it for this week's show.
Yep. This week's show was actually brought to you by Aspen Bark. You might have one of these in your backyard somewhere. I know I sure did. They're beautiful trees, and apparently they taste great too. So
You're having issues getting everything out, you know, feeling plugged up.
mhm.
What do they say? You got to have some fiber, right?
Yeah.
Aspen Bark is absolutely the best product that you can have to maximize that fiber content. You know, they're going to tell you, oh, we'll have some bread, eat some oatmeal.
That's rookie shit.
Aspen Bark,
Yeah.
number one
Yeah.
product for when you got to go number two.
Yeah, I mean, we love Aspen Bark. We use it all the time. Yeah, so we can't say enough good things about Aspen Bark.
And that's going to do it for this week's episode. As always, I'm the commish.
And I'm hype.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Adios.